Okay, well, I think we should start, and welcome to the Total Waterpolo Podcast. We are honoured today to have a very special guest joining us. He was a first-class centre-forward who had a very successful career in Hungary, Croatia and Italy, and now he's one of the world's top coaches. You have led Ferencvaros, one of Europe's elite clubs, to great success, and now your focus is very much on the Hungarian national team. We are joined by Zsolt Varga. Welcome, Zsolt. How are you this morning?
Thank you for inviting me.
No worries. We know time is of the essence today, so we'll get straight on with the conversation, and we'll talk about your playing career to start with. You started when you were younger at Kiev, and obviously you worked your way up, and you know this city very well for playing in Mladost and Italy. So how would you reflect on your playing career? Were you satisfied with what you achieved during your playing career?
Well, thank you. I started at the age of 7, and I wanted to be a wrestler, wrestling. And my mom, I asked my mom, please, mom, bring me somewhere that I can make it, my dream. And then we were on the tram, and we went into the school. And there was some advertisement that the cash is put down, and there were 2 places where we can go to exam that you have to do. And then we went to the Chasar Comedy swimming pool to make an exam for wrestling. Of course not. Mm-hmm. And they said there was 2 coaches, and they said, okay, that's you are here, just jump into the water, and then we will see you this house here in the water. And I went to swim 10 meters, and they said, great, you are the great talent. If you will not be a wrestler, come back and then swim or make water polo. And then, of course, we went to the stadium to the other exam for wrestling. And I was a little fat guy, little fat kid. And that was no good exam for me for wrestling. But this is my dream. I made the same thing into the water, wrestling into water. That was water polo. But first, I came back to the Chasar Comedy, and I chose first to swimming. I didn't know that. What does it mean? It's professional swimming every day, 2 hours, and then a lot of stretching, and everything. This is from at age 7. This is really hard. Then after 1 year or 2 years, I think swimming, they kicked out of me the swimming. Because I was so hard, heavy, it was not, as a swimming, it was not for me at all. And the water polo, in this age was out of outdoor pool, and this was really really heavy times. In the winter time, is snow and ice out, and then always end in the morning, 6:30 we start in the morning training. This was nice, but otherwise this is really, really hard and really heavy. But I started there, then in Kashiva, how you said. And in the first 4 years, I think also in Kashi, it was really hard for me because that was a school. It was, I think, finishing at 2 o'clock, and the training was starting at 2 o'clock. And I was always arriving to 2:30, and I was at 30 minutes in the water and then come back home. 1 hour by bus, and that's why I was really how much it was a doubt that this is my way, how to do it. And my mom always said go, and that was one coach who came. I think we were 12 years old. That changed everything. After one day, I was always on the training precisely because I also changed the schedules. It was at 3 o'clock. And I could arrive, and then for the first moment when I saw him, I was always to try to be first. Everything, just a warm up. I wanted to be first, and then from this moment, this is completely different. That was my life. After this water polo, that was my dream, my life. First goal. What I have, it was the world championship. I wanted to be world champion. Because like a kid, I thought this is the biggest thing, because the world champion, you are the best, that's it mean. Like a kid, I didn't know yet that Olympics the biggest competition. But, of course, we heard about a lot of the Olympic champions, They won in 1976 the last Olympic champion. It was a generation of Varga, Szívos, Horkai, Gerendas. But they were all out of Hungary. They were play out of Hungary, and we didn't see them. Okay, just sometimes that they come back, and then one training they were in the swimming pool. But it was not good for us because we didn't see the big generation, the great generation, and then that was, I think, also the big lack of success of Hungarian water polo from 76 to 2000, 24 years at least. I can say nothing, but that was some results, but not gold. Also the Olympics, also the European Championship, also the World Championship. And we were growing up, in this era, this period. Then we didn't see anything in front of us, like, the examples that how they are doing, what they are doing, how they are thinking, the speaking, nothing. Just we were in our way. That was the start.
That's really interesting about seeing those heroes, and you think maybe there might be a correlation in results. But obviously we can't talk about your playing career without talking about your Olympic gold medal, the greatest honour I think any water polo player can aspire to. Can you describe your Olympic experience from maybe when you started preparing for it, when you thought that was a possibility, to the moment when you were on the plane back with the medal around your neck?
Yeah, I think this is the really interesting thing, because it was the first Olympics for me. It was 92, Barcelona. In Barcelona was result is 6th place, and that was the worst result ever in the Hungarian water polo history. And then you can imagine that I was 20 years old, and then this first experience that that you go and you want to win, and you want to achieve also the gold, and then you arriving home, seeing the old players crying that they had this last chance to win something, at least a medal. And then it was a really hard feeling. And then the second time is 96 at Atlanta. Just it's 4 years with George Horkai. We work really a lot. That's 7 hours per day, and then you went home, and then you were just you have to just try to sleep, but you could not sleep because of all the tiredness it was in your muscles, and it was 4 years all so hard. And then of course we were just dreaming and winning, and just some results they came, because we were 2 times in silver European Championship, and then we won 1 World Cup. Then that does it mean that something has happened? Something is the Hungarian water polo just came back slowly down, step by step. But okay, this 96, that was the second game with Spain. From 5-3 we lost the game, 7-6, and then we went out, and then we just played for the bronze medal, and then we played with Italy. That was a really hard game, and then we were leading the game. It's 12-8, and then with the supplementary we lost the game, and then we came back home with the 4th place. That for us it was a tragedy, we can say that honestly, and that's why it was so hard, because I think it's completely different. But how you are saying that it's one young player who is the first time. It's 21 years old, and then he's getting Olympic gold. It's completely different when you are on the 3rd time, and then almost it's ending your career, because we are just 28 when we won, and then with 28 we were not Olympic champion. We played almost all the career without to be Olympic champion. Then after that, changing everything. Because before I was listening always that you are not capable to win, you are not so good, everything, because the expectations in Hungarian water polo always was really high, because that was before it was 6 Olympic gold, that always everybody is waiting from you that you are winning. And we were just listening this that okay, we came back, we cannot win. Then when you win, then after that, everything is changing. There's everybody just talking about that. Okay, after that, if you not play very well, okay, you are not a shape. You are a little out of shape. Something like that. You are not formed. Okay, this is good, but nobody say that after that you are not good. This is I think this really big difference. But you can imagine that after 2 Olympics, that the third Olympics, when I go into the Sydney, and all the preparation also from 96, 90, 97, 8, 99, and then go to the Olympics, all and long time, a long period, of course, then you have third chance to arrive. And I felt that okay, I could just feel that, okay, I will now enjoy, because I knew that maybe that will be the last time when I'm going to the Olympics. And I said, okay, now I will enjoy it, because that was the first and the second time I wanted too much. I was so stressed. And then I said that the third time, okay, now I will be relaxed. I try to be relaxed, and it was so many differences like before, because how I became one of the oldest player in the team. It was also my role. It was changing, for the youngest to the oldest, and then I had to speak with the team. I had to speak with the youngs, and tell them out of my experiences before, because also in Sydney we didn't start well. Okay, we lost 2 times, Croatia, Serbia, and we had a really hard game with the USA. It's 10-9, and then it was just really so close to not go also in the first 4, and then just we stopped for 1 day, and then I said to the players that, guys, the Olympics starts now. Okay, that was I had these experiences. That's the first 5 games we won everything. It's 19-6. Then the first game that was so important, the semifinals, and then you lose everything. That was. Nobody just remembered that the first 5 days you were so good. That's why I told them, and somehow they understood this, and we went really well these last 3 games. I think the best game was maybe the final, but all together. But I think it was so nice also the Italy, also against the Serbia, and of course this is somehow this feeling when you arrive that you feel that you complete something, you achieve that your goal. That is some, and I don't know. You remember Highlander? This feeling of quickening. That's, and you feel that is
yes,
you arrived.
Yeah.
But there is also the moment that you have some emptiness. Because you had the goal to arrive, and then, of course, 28 years. That's okay. 10 years of the high level of water polo. Then you go and you work hard. And you are there, and there is a moment then, okay, what now? What will now after that? And then also need few days that you really understand, you realize that what happened, you really won. And then when you arrive home and everybody just looking at you completely different like before, and then that you have to get used to it, that now you are in this hall that is the Olympic champions. And I think always so important that you stay on 2 legs on the ground. You stay, because then you can fly. And I think it's not good, okay, because the life is going forward. And then after that, you have to create yourself again and again. And you have to start some other job, some other challenge in your life. You have to start, and you have to start from the start. First step.
Yeah, of course. It's fascinating. And just briefly, just before we move on to talk about your retirement and into coaching, obviously that was the golden era for Hungarian water polo in many respects. Did you believe that the core of the team that went on to win those 3 back-to-back golds, could you see that was going to happen, or did that kind of come as a surprise to you as well?
I think that was it. That was somehow the surprise, because after the Sydney, this was 1 year or 2 years that was not always just winning. That was 2 years that I think that was some crisis in the team. That was not so. How I see that the 2001, that something happened, and then that was that was the year that after that I 2002 we were just speaking about with Kemeny, and then he said that okay, I want to change, I want to some young players. I said okay, that's it's for me, it's okay, I'm complete, and then if you need me I will come, of course. And then of course that I saw that is a period that something happened with the team. In 2003 I think that was a world championship. It was so hard for us, but we won, and then after that I think the team became okay, this return. And that was also really the new team and the really tough team, hard team. And then they won the 2004. I think it was the heaviest Olympics ever, because they won every team, and then Serbia 2 times. That a really good result was. But it was also, I think, always like that. How I'm coaching now, I saw the same things, that there is no just one team that's winning everything. That if you see this, I make you sure that there is always the bottom, always the deep points, always the crisis, always that you have to resolve. And then maybe you will see at the end the results. And then it's so nice. But it was hard work, psychologically, physically, and all teamwork all together, the egos, how do you manage them? It's all together, it's so hard. And the golden era was that, okay, up and down. But you see all the up.
Yes. Obviously, there were a lot of defeats in between the Olympics, but they kind of, the 3 golds kind of pave over the cracks a little bit. They're the biggest tournaments, but there were a lot of defeats in between that. Okay, we'll move on and talk about your retirement. You retired in 2012, and you immediately started coaching at Fradi, and you coached a few of the junior teams, and also I believe you worked with the national team, the youth national team. Before we move onto your transition into becoming the Ferencvaros head coach, did you always believe that you were going to be a coach?
No, never. Because I saw always the coaches, and then I said, I don't want this job. Sure, 100%. And that happened when I was in Italy, and then I went. I was invited for a camp, and I done 1 week there with the kids, the little kids, 12 to 14, 14 years old, and really that was amazing. But I love it really, and I could never imagine that. That was so nice and so exciting, inspiring to work with them. And then that was the first step that I changed me completely. And I said, okay, it's so amazing that coaching could be with the kids. That was first my goal with the kids, because they are looking at you with some honest how can I say that feelings that make you that you have to work. Okay, yes, you want to give them all the experience. You have to help him. You have to grow. You have to see that grow up, and then it was amazing. I think. Now also that the beautiest part of the coaching, this age. Of course, the success, the other thing, and then that is what we are doing, what we are working, and this is the top high level. But the beautiest thing, this is how to you educate them, how to you teach them, and because you are more, I think, more than father, okay, that like. And then who is educate them. Mm-hmm. This is, I think, beautiful, and I love it. And that was the first step. And then that was something changed inside me. That was the completely not. Okay, I will do. Not sure that coaching. I said, okay, maybe I will do. That is really nice. And I will start with kids, and I do with this because it's really nice and really. I was happy. Mm-hmm. It's really good. Yeah. And that was the first step. And then when I came back to home in Hungary after 13 years, because I was 4 years in Zagreb, then 9 years in Italy, then I came back. Then I started in Ferencvaros to play. And the first calling was from Horkai, who said, come with me, like assistant coach in junior national team, and then we'll see. And I said, okay, it's good. Also with the youngs, and then I will see that how is going forward. And that was really nice. I got really much experiences, and I tried to, and I work hard, and it was really nice 2 years with Giorgio. I love it. And then I start also to make coaching in the junior team in Ferencvaros. And then step by step was some problems in Ferencvaros in those years. In 2013, also economically, also the team was falling apart and everything was a little bit up and down, but more down. And that was 2013 when I made the decision that to be the first coach and leave also the Hungarian junior national team like assistant coach, because I had to make my decision.
Yeah, and that's something I want to talk about now a little bit. You wouldn't believe it based on the success that you've enjoyed at Ferencvaros, especially maybe my generation won't remember, but it wasn't always that Ferencvaros were at the top of the Hungarian league. In fact, when you took over, as you said, there was a bit of chaos, really. It was crisis. There was a ninth place finish in there. There were back-to-back fourth place finishes. Not the highs that we've come to see recently. You said you're on the record saying that you were really close to giving up and stopping, and then maybe it was too much, but you didn't, and thank goodness you didn't, because there was light at the end of the tunnel. What motivated you to keep going and made sure that you didn't give up on Ferencvaros?
Okay, this is maybe also for my, I don't know, to go to the end of the road, but the coaching, I think after it's quit the player life, everybody who is start to coaching, we are believe that we know everything about the water polo. We are a good coach and everything we think about this, but this is not true. This far away to the reality, and then you have to step by step, how I said before. But that I didn't think that when I start to be coaching, but after that I saw that this is the way. Step by step you have to learn, you have to leave everything, whatever you have before, like a player, and then after that some experience or like you had in player. You will use it, but first of all you have to leave everything, because how I done everything, how I trained, how I spend time after the training 2 hours, that's not working with the team. That if I keep 6 hours training for my team, I will crush them, I will kill them, and then they cannot play after that. You have to find a way with every group, with every team, And then it was so hard, and the first 2 years when I got Ferencvaros, 2013 in January, I became the first coach, and then we lost with Kási, we lost with the youth national team, and then really it was the 12th place, and we were just going down the second division, and just we saved ourselves in the last game with Page. And this was really hard game. The pitch was lead us on 6-3, and then 7-6 that we won at the end. It was exploded the swimming pool, the little swimming pool. But it was the history. But I think after all the experiences, that the second year was we were ninth place, and we were playing with Kási 2 times for the 9th and 10th place. And that was the moment when I fight, because the first game was draw, and then we were, I think, on 35 penalty shot was at the end. Both of the teams was just missing, shoot, missing. That was it. We won. Then when I went out of the swimming pool after the second game, it was the same. Draw and 35, or I don't know how much penalty shot out. And after this game, I said, because we prepared the game, really. I knew it what Kási is playing. I tried to everything, out of the pool, inside of the pool, everywhere. Tactic, everything. I wrote down everything. But the game was catastrophic in this manner, because it was a young team. Kási always a young team, and we cannot win them on the regular time. And then I felt that there is no sense in my job. There's no anyway. That's I'm working hard, and just we are making draw with Kási. We cannot win them, and that feeling that you are feeling that you have not so star players, you're great players. You have just that normal player that you have that you imagine that I can make with them. Not the kashi. I can make with them maybe, okay, we'll arrive in first 8 or first 6. That's no way. You are far from this, and then these experiences that you have to just understand that what you want, what you really want in this case, that you have to. And I think in this moment, when all the stupidity, all the thinking that I'm good or not good, just okay, they are going, and then you start. First step, okay, I'm fall apart, and put myself together, and second step, and then again, and then after the years, that was the same thing, just a little bit better team. It was the 3 times 4th place. And then the same thing, that was a much better team. But like a coach, you have to get the responsibility for all the results, for everything what's happening in the water. How I think, at least, and you have a better team, and you are winning all the team with 1 goal. You play bad. You are not playing good. And this is my coaching, this thinking why we are playing bad. And then I'm bad, I'm good, I'm bad. Okay, what I'm doing bad. And this is that conversation with yourself after game, always after game. That was 3 years, And step by step, this is coming some force, something from inside that, okay, now I was in doubt in myself, I don't know, 100 times. And I build up myself after game. And I think in 5 years, okay, you will be a coach. That's because you have to experience everything. You have to, okay, this is maybe the worst moment when you think that your team they don't want to play for you, okay? They are against you.
Yeah.
And this is the coach how you feel, this is, okay, they are against me, they don't want me anymore,
Yeah.
And this is the feeling, maybe the worst feeling what one coach could have. And then you have to pass also this, you have to release this, okay? That is not a way, why? This is a paranoid thinking, but you have to go through it. And then you have, that after that you have to have the experience to winning, how to go to the deepest point, to the highest point, the peak. And then that was the first winning, the first LAN Cup. But after that, of course, the Hungarian Championship. That was, I think, this one. This is a moment for me, because that was the step. Okay, now I was down. I'm going up, and like a coach, I could win. And this is the first step. And then after that happened a lot of things, of course. But that was, I think, the first really important moment.
Yeah, it was just like you said when it came to your competing at the Olympics and getting that gold medal after trying again. It's the experience and changing your mindset step by step that improved. And what did it feel like in the end when finally you came out of that really bad period and obviously you said you won the LAN Cup and then obviously won the national championship? How rewarding was that for you personally through all the struggles that you went through to get there?
Of course, there is a parallel thing, because I think if you see that the deepest points in 92 and 2000 winning, and in Ferencvaros this third place, like go out on the second division, and then it's winning the Hungarian Championship and the Champions League. I think this is the highest point. I was thinking, but this is my karma, from the deepest point to make work hard and years. Work hard and maybe I can arrive. That is what I'm thinking, always work hard, and then it's working hard, and then you can arrive if you work hard. And then of course you have to have some luck or some sort, some fate that giving you this all the glory at the end. But you have to work, and you have to see everything. You have to humble, and because you have to see always, I'm now, so I'm working, the same thing like I work before, just I have now this my manners, that how to work. But I know that I have to see a lot of hours videos to see everything, to see, because if I don't do this, if I think I'm good, I'm not good anymore.
Yeah, so the hard work, the perseverance, and the mindset is really important. And obviously, it was inevitable that maybe one day that you'd receive the call up for the national team, not as a player but as a coach. And obviously, last summer was a disappointing time for the Hungarian national team at the home World Championships. You were obviously offered the job. Was there ever a chance that you were going to say no to that, or did you really have to think about it, or did you know 100% as soon as you were asked to coach the national team that you'd do it?
Before 6 years ago, that was somehow the possibilities that I could be also, like when was Tommy Mertz chosen. Before that, I had also the chance to go with him, to the election. But I said I'm not ready. I had no before the big teams, big players, and then winning nothing. Just I think that was maybe the Land Cup, and I said I'm not ready for this. This is the highest level, really the highest level. The bench of the Hungarian Waterpolo team. I think this is the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
That I could not do it without experiences, without proving myself, without proving the world. I could win. I could do. I could do. I could build a team,
Yes.
Build up. And I think I was right because if I have never any more chance to be the coach, that was right, the same way, because I was not ready. I know that all the experiences, 10 years, what I have behind me, I think I could have this responsibility to lead the Hungarian national team, because I have this experience. I've done a lot of things, and I hope I see the right way now how to arrive making up the good team, because this is the first thing. We have to have really good team, like they are working together and then they love each other to play. And then after that, also the tactics and everything what we have to learn from the others. But because this is the way how we could arrive now to the end and achieve the goals what we would like.
Mm-hmm. Are you a different coach when you put on the Hungary shirt to when you are coaching at Fradi? Are you different in terms of tactics or the way you approach dealing with players, or would you say that you're the same? Is there a difference for you when you're coaching the national team in terms of your day in, day out life?
I think you should ask my players, because there is a lot of players that they are playing with me in Fradi and also in the national team. But I think yes, there is a difference, because the highest responsibility and also the behavior and everything. Okay, you are the example for all the guys, all the kids, all the youngs, and then all the Hungary that you are seeing. That is so important that they are looking at some somehow this some figure, that some team together that you can believe it. Okay, that is our team, and then they can behavior in any moment. Okay, in the life, when you are losing, when you are winning, somehow it's in the right way. Okay, this is for me the most important thing. Also, okay, the same thing like a club, but okay, that you are in the club, this is little bit more home. That is that I'm there 10 years, and of course I know everything in the club, everybody, and then also there is some family feeling. That is the difference. This Hungarian national team, I think, is for all the country.
Yeah, and obviously the Hungarian national team were down in the dumps after Budapest, but you really lifted them and galvanised them at the European Championships in Split. How good is this current Hungarian team in terms of your experience of what you've seen when you've been coaching? What is the limit, and how high is the ceiling, and what can they achieve moving forward over the next few years with you as the coach?
I think it was a really special moment in Split for the Hungarian national team. It was, after the big bad result, after the World Championship, and everybody wanted to prove that, that was some mistake, that is not the reality. And it was yesterday when I was speaking with my colleagues, and I said how somehow I feel that I start really to work with the national team now in this year, because of course the last season I got the team, and then we worked hardly 6 weeks, and then we went to split. But it was a really special moment, the changing and everything. That you have to have a little bit more time to make your way to work, and got to know the other players who are not in the Ferencvaros, and and I think I'm okay when you got the new team and when you got a new job, there is all the possibilities. Also the losing and winning, but I'm always concentrating to winning. When it's coming to losing, that is also in the way. And then I'm always saying that when we are losing, there is a possibility to learn. Okay, because you feel really on your skin what is it in this game that you are missing. Okay, what you don't have. Why you are losing, and this is a really big possibility. I think sometimes it's one lost game could help much more than one game who you are winning, because there is a real time when everybody wants no more this experience to losing. And this is more, I think, 30, 40, 50% more. This is force that you are come from inside in this moment in the players. That's why I think we don't have to fear from losing. This is also the possibilities to to make ourselves better. And in the moment when we are winning, also the moment we have to see, that is the best moment to see what we are not good. And then when in each part of the play or the game we have to prove, we have to develop ourselves more and more. I think there is no point when you are finished. Mm-hmm. Always there is something you can develop yourself. And I think this is also the way that you have to never forget that you are on the way, and you are never finished. Mm-hmm. You are never ready. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That okay. Maybe you win something good, but you have to go forward and then see just what you have to develop yourself more and more and more.
Yeah. There's no finish, but there is obviously a target, and most immediately it's the Paris Olympics. But just before we talk about that, obviously there's a lot of water to pass under the bridge before that point. We've got European Championships, we've got World Championships, obviously the World Cup, what we're here for. I wanted to get your view on something about the playing schedule. Coaches always want to protect the well-being of their players. You come from a particular angle that you are a coach of a club and also the national team, both in Hungary, and there's a lot of overlap with the players that play in both. You want them to be healthy, of course. So how are you going to manage the playing time and the well-being of the players at Fradi, but also your players in the national team that you can't train it and look after day in, day out?
Okay, this is the last 4 or 5 months for me in Ferencvaros now in this season, because that was the agreement. That is the last. This is one season what I can do together, the two things, Ferencvaros and the national team. But I saw the lot of advantage of this both of leading the both of the teams, because I saw the lot of players how they are in form, how their injury, how they were sick or something, how they are in form. That's really the physical form and the psychical form, and that is for me just not getting the players that I saw them play, but I really don't know what shape they are. And this is the advantage. The other side, of course, that is a lot of pressure, a lot of games, hard, and of course, a lot of video seeing that it's much more than in this way. But first of all, that is my goal, is creating what I said before from the Hungarian national team players, that the group, creating one society, one team. What I mean that they are bring each other when that is needed. When one player just thinking, okay, who is beside me? Okay, I'm respecting. Who is behind me? I'm defending. Okay, but who is its opponent? Who is the other side? It's no mercy. But who is behind and beside? That feeling that when you are home with your family, and when you are arriving with the team, that okay, they're completely different, but you could feel somehow this yours. It's enjoying to be together with this team. That somehow you are not feeling regret or sorry that you are coming from home, from your kids to this team, and then you have to traveling and something like that, because it's so good to be together. And if I achieve this goal with the team, I think we have a good chance to arrive with our targets to winning or something. But the first is this moment, this psychological moment, and we are feeling that there is respect, trust, and love between the.
Nice. And just before we get onto some quick fire questions, there's only one coach in the history of the sport who has won an Olympic gold as a player and a coach. Unfortunately, and it's a big if you could do it, you wouldn't be the first Hungarian to do it, but that would secure your place in the history of the sport as a legend. How much do you want to go and get that Olympic gold as a coach with all the experience you have as a player? How amazing would that be for you?
It would be amazing, of course. But I could say also that it's over my ego. That of course that want to win, want to experiment this nice moment when you are there. Then in the first on the first place. But really, I could tell you that that's for me. It's so important to see to players how to grow up, how to become to be the players that and how I said to you the team. Okay, that's I achieved this. I achieved this. Okay, this goal that is this team what I want to see. I think also the goal and the end or the result, it's became. It is very nice, but I think it's for me. It's see the players. Now I have 7 years to achieve their dreams. I think for the coach, this is the beauteous thing.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Time's running out, but we do have some time for some short, quick fire questions to put at you. So don't think too hard about them, and try and answer them if you can. So very briefly, the best moment of your career.
My career, my coaching career.
You can do both if you like.
Of course, but like a player,
as
okay,
a player,
I guess
yes.
this moment that was we were winning, but okay, as everybody says, okay, everybody say that okay, this Olympic, okay, that of course this is one of the first biggest,
Yep.
But that was one Hungarian championship, one we won with the BBC.
Yep.
That was UTA. That was with Tibor, with Balázs Vince. It was a really good team, and that was also Vasas. It was a so big team, and we were the third. That was not so chance to be the champion, and then we won the championship. That you could see that with all the overtime play and everything, and I made the last goal, and that was I think the one of the best and the beauteous moment in my player career, and like a coach. Of course, there is a few moments because winning the Champions League also that was maybe in that moment it was not weighted, that was not weighted that okay we will arrive, and we arrived and it was really nice 3 games, 3 days, amazing. But I think winning the first Hungarian championship it was the one of the best moments.
Nice, as the underdogs.
Nice,
That's good. Okay, conversely, the worst moment of your career, do you think?
It was one time we were losing with BSC 14-5 with Vasas, and this year we won the championship. But in this moment, I thought I will quit my player career immediately because I don't know why. It was a moment that I could not bear it. That was so much for me. And of course, also we had a national team when we. But I could remember this game, the first Olympics, the first game with Italy. and we were leading the game with 4-3, and then I made a goal. I made a goal on Campagna.
Right.
I made a goal, and Clarice was the referee. And then when the ball is went into the goal, in the cage in goal, and then he whistled to counterfault, and then everybody was okay, yes, we are goal, and then we are 5-3, and counterattack 4-4, and at this moment it was so terrifying that this was it is burned in my mind. Okay, that was it. But okay, when you are not arriving and really where you want to be, okay, it was 1996, the last game. It was okay. This is maybe one of the worst experience, of course.
Yeah, I might ask Campagna about that goal when I see him later. But okay, a team that you never played for, but that you wish that you had.
What?
A team that you never played for, but you wish you had.
When I was in Cremona, I had a chance to go to Recco. They called me, and then I choose not to go, and but I had regret for this because I had to go. I would have to go there.
Why didn't you go there at the time?
Because there was some. I had a contract on the other side with Cremona, but there was some changing in the leadership of Cremona, and I didn't see well that would happen, and I felt really good myself in Cremona, and that in that moment also Recco was not so good. They wanted to be good, and that was my choice, and maybe I feel very good for this.
Okay. Who was the most naturally gifted player you've ever seen or coached?
There is a lot. And seeing how the center forward was for me, that was Molnar. Like a player was most gifted, I think, Kásás. The most who is working, I think the most all over the world was Benedek, really. Because we grew up together, we were together, I saw him everything. There are a lot of parts we work together, but how work here, always just more and more and more. That was it. That like a coach, really I had this so nice experience that I had few players that they are, I think, so talented, like Aaron Younger, like Mitrovic, also Nikic, Dénes Varga, Vámos. Really I had these nice experiences with them, and all of them, they had some special things that they have, and also the good heart, and brave, that they were, I think, for me
some good players that list. Yeah. Okay, if you could pick one player from another national team to play for the Hungarian national team, just completely hypothetically, you could pick one player, who would it be?
Who would it be? I think Aaron Younger.
Aaron Younger. Okay.
I know him very well.
Of course.
He's a really, really good guy and a really good player.
And he's got Hungarian citizenship, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. We've got another quickfire question here. Someone asked me to ask you about eating a Snickers bar before playing and training when you used to play at Mladost. You used to eat a chocolate bar and used to have one in your robe. What can you tell me about this?
That was a Snickers, but I don't know how they do. Yeah, they know that. But really, that was always with one Snicker, and that I ate before the game because that was little chocolate, peanuts inside, and I loved it.
What, you just eat it on poolside and then jump in?
Poolside, yes.
Literally just before you jump in?
Before they jump in the water,
and
yes, obviously.
Did you do this in other places, or is it just Mladost?
Oh, just Mladost. That was a strange thing, but yes, I remember just was here.
Did you do it before you coached last night in the game? No, just when you play.
No, I'm just showing, in all the swimming pool, and I saw that nothing changed. This is also, otherwise it's a really, really nice thing that I go there and then the same thing like 25 years ago.
Nice.
Always only the Jabas, that's changed the bar up in the pool. That was totally different.
Interesting. Good nutritional advice there from the Hungarian national team coach.
Yes, of course. This is a good Snickers before the game.
If you hadn't have been a water polo player or a coach, what would you have been? Maybe aside from being the wrestler that you wanted to be when you were younger.
Doctor.
A doctor, a general doctor, or like
I think the general doctor, because the surgery I don't like. I don't like so much, but a doctor I would be the help to people, to health and everything. That was my other way to be.
Amazing. That's nice. And lastly, what was one thing that most people don't know about you that you can maybe share for our audience?
I'm sure that this is a lot of things about this.
Maybe something you can say on a camera, maybe.
Oh, I don't know, because that is loving cars or reading. That is, I think this is the normal things.
Any special hobbies? Obviously, Attila, the women's head coach, he loves his wine. So maybe we thought maybe you
paintings.
had paintings
And museums. I'm always going to see where I'm in the big cities, and then I know that there is a famous museum. I'm always going there to see, and I love it, the paintings.
Nice.
That was my hobby, and I've done it a little bit before. I think it's 20 years ago. I painted some pictures also, but there is no time now to do it. And I wanted to draw perfectly and to do everything perfectly, but I love it also to go to museums.
Wow, Zsolt Varga, the artist. Who'd have thought? Well, Zsolt, thank you.
Who's loving art?
Loving of art. Were you any good? Were you any good at drawing, or?
No, drawing not, but I made some pictures that my friends and my family loved it. That is enough.
You're an artist in the pool.
Yeah,
let's put it like this.
It's a warrior in the pool.
Warrior in the pool. Okay, thank you very much for joining us today and taking your time out the morning. And thank you for everyone that's listening. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed our conversation. Just before you go, we just wanted to remind you that you're entitled to 10% off Wear Water Polo, our trunks, as you can see below. A 10% discount using our discount code podcast10. Just head over to the website and put that in at the checkout. And if you enjoyed the show, consider rating us, subscribing or reviewing, and make sure you follow our social media channels for all the latest news on the water polo. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of the Total Waterpolo Podcast.